of Brihan Mumbai Corporation Education Department. Uh, Today we are going to learn science, and in that the topic is life processes in living organism. I am Pratiksha Bhalerao from Tank Road MPS Secondary School, Bhandu. So in today's topic, let us start life processes in living organism. So before starting, let us recap something that what is living and what is non-living. As since small, we are learning that what is the difference between the living organisms and non-living organisms. Living means what that are alive, and non-living means what that are not living, that do not have life. In living, we can see few examples like human beings are there, trees are there, animals are there, small tiny microorganisms are there that cannot be seen by our naked eye. We need to use a special type of instrument to see that, right? And non-living means that things which do not have life, and they need to they need our help to move themselves. Means we need to move by ourselves to them. Okay, so this is the main big difference between of living and non-living. The main basic difference we can share is living thing can grow, non-living thing cannot grow. Living thing can breathe, non-living thing cannot breathe. Living thing can smell, non-living thing cannot smell. Living thing can reproduce, non-living thing cannot reproduce. So these are the few differences that we can easily find out the difference between living organisms and non-living organisms. Now, life processes. What are life processes? Life processes means what? The processes that are going on in the living organisms, like nutrition. Nutrition, we know that from where we get this nutrition. We get this nutrition from our food. The food we eat, we get different type of nutrient from there, like macronutrients and micronutrients we get. In macronutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, fats we get, minerals and vitamins we get. So this is the nutrition we get from the, and the process in which this nutrition is taken by the food is called as digestive, is digestion. When we eat our food, it goes in a digestive system and the process going on inside. So this is the one process. Then transportation of this nutrient in our the whole body is held out by the circulatory system. That respiration, the oxygen we are inhaling inside goes in us in our respiratory system, and the process going on in there. Then excretion is there, the excessive, the undigested food material, the undigested thing what we have eaten is flush out from our body, is conduct in due in this excretion. Then reproduction, to make the same kind of organisms. These processes held in the in living organisms. Then metabolism is there. So these all are the life processes. These are held in the living organisms, and these things we are learning since we are in fifth. So in this lesson, we are going to learn about transportation in plants, excretion, plants, animals, and humans, coordination between plants and human. So let us start. See, what are the different things in today's topic? We are going to learn about transportation in plants. In that, transportation in plants, transportation of water in plants, root pressure, transpiration pull, transportation of food and other substances in plants. So let us proceed. Now, one thing is there, we see we know that the farmer tries to transport the water from wells, dams or rivers to the main channel to every plant. Farming is there, so plants need water to grow, right? So for that, what farmer is doing, farmer is supplying, or farmer is transporting this water from one place to his fields, from dams, rivers or ponds. Sometimes ponds is using, है ना? So wells also. So you can see the picture is there, a farm is there, a field is there. In that, farmer is giving or doing irrigation, doing watering to the plants. So it this water comes from one place to another place. So this is one example. See, we can see that, you can see a tube well is there. From there the farmer is drawing out the water, and it is supplying to the whole field. uh, in two pictures above. Now downside you can see the dam is there. So dam's water is also included in that to transport to towards this main channel to every plant. So likewise one process is there in our body. So these processes are held on. So see, before starting we will learn about, we will quickly recap that how do the digestive system and respiratory system work. We know that how respiratory system works. See, you can see one picture, two pictures are there. In that we will see the first picture of digestive system. In that you can see mouth and mouth cavity is there, from where we can engulf our food inside. We are sending our food inside our body. So from there, where it goes to the esophagus, where means where in our food pipe. Through that it goes towards the stomach. In stomach, digestion, some digestion process is going on, and after that it is sent towards the small intestine, large intestine, and the digested food, undigested food flush out from the body, and the digestive food from the small intestine through the small capillaries, it goes into the bloodstream, and through this bloodstream it the nutrients to supplies to the whole bodies, from our head towards our toes. So this is a digestive process, we all knows it very well. So these are the different organs which helps us to digest our foods are like pharynx is there, esophagus, stomach, pancreas, small intestine, liver, gallbladder, large intestine, rectum, and anus. All these different organs. So this is the digestive system. These organs are used in this digestive system to digest our food. Now the second one, we can see in the second picture, one more thing is there, that respiratory system, right? No, see, in digestive system, what happened? What are the byproducts? The byproducts are, it gives out water and energy. So these energy, what after eating the food, the energy we get from this, what will happen to that? That energy goes to our whole body, transported to our whole body, and it is required to do work. It is required to do work. And in the second picture we can see in the respiratory system. In that, okay, also we can see the nasal cavity. Through this nasal cavity we inhale oxygen inside our body. Through this oxygen goes to this larynx, then it goes to the trachea, then it goes towards the lungs, and in that bronchi through. So what will happen? The oxygen we inhale goes into our lungs, and in that, in lungs, we can see that bronchi is there, and in that small branches called alveoli is there. This alveoli, through this alveoli, it goes into the heart system. We can see that it is like a chain. All the systems are like a chain, they are attached to each other. And through there, then the heart, what it will happen, heart get this oxygen, and it mix with the blood, and what will happen then? The deoxygenated blood, means carbon dioxide, it helps to taken out, and what we exhale out from the body is called is the carbon dioxide. So this is also the systems what are held in our body. So these are the digestive system and respiratory system works in the body. So in both the things, like supplying all the means blood, what happens in circulatory system, it is transporting the nutrients from to all the body. Okay. So the food absorbed by the digestive system is converted into energy, and the energy and the oxygen are both transported via blood throughout the body. So this is the transportation. I'm what I'm going to teach you, like what how transportation takes place. Right. Now let us proceed. Let us see about the transportation. What is transportation? The transportation is the process in which a substance either synthesized or absorbed in one part of the body reaches to another part of the body. Means like we have seen the farmer, what farmer is doing? Farmer is taking that water from dam, river or ponds and supplying or transporting that water to his fields and his farm to for the better yield, crop yield, right? So transportation means this only, a specific thing or substance that is synthesized or absorbed in one part should supply to the whole part or the another part. So this is a transportation. In small classes, we can see that what is the meaning of transportation. Transportation means the vehicles. We have been learning that transportation means vehicles. What vehicles doing? Vehicles are sending to us. See, when we are going to school, what will happen? We go to school via some, through some medium, है ना? So these mediums are what? Vehicles. Like we can go with by a cycle, riding a cycle, bike, or auto, or bus, or sometimes from the trains also. So these are the transportation means to take from one place to another. So likewise, transportation held in this plant also. How? Transportation, it is the process in which a substance either synthesized or absorbed in one part of the body reaches to another part of the body. So this is the definition of transportation. Okay. Now let us discuss something. Okay. Why do we eat fruits and vegetables? Can anybody tell me why we need fruits and vegetables? Okay, let us discuss the fruits and vegetables that we eat, right? Now, what will happen to that? It goes into our digestive system, through the digestive system inside our stomach. What will happen over there? Then it goes digested over there, and then we get the nutrient via the blood to our whole body. Like, so this energy, this vitamins and minerals we are getting, we are getting vitamins and minerals through these fruits and vegetables, which are very much required to our body. Why these vitamins and minerals are required? To fight with the infections, to fight with the in germs or infections which are coming outside the body, and it is very much important, and it is required our body, by our body. So this, due to this, we are eating fruits and vegetables. So every time your teachers and the doctor suggested you to eat green vegetables and fruits in order to include it in your diet. Why? Because it is very much needed by our body. So one more question is there. Do the plants also need minerals like we do? We need minerals, right? So likewise, plants also need minerals. Yes, plants also need minerals to grow. To grow. You know the process of photosynthesis? What will happen in that photosynthesis? Plant make their own food with the help of sunlight and water, in the presence of sunlight and chloroform, in the with carbon dioxide and minerals that are taken from the soil, and they make their food in their leaves, and through that leaves it goes to whole part of the plant. So this due to, likewise, minerals are required to grow for the plants. Now the next question is there. From where do the plants get inorganic substances other than CO2 and O2? Carbon dioxide and oxygen, we know that. Then from where this inorganic substance is needed? Inorganic substance like other minerals, from where they get these minerals from soil itself. From soil itself. Let us learn. See, you can see some vitamins, minerals, so many things are there. You can see a plant picture is there where the essential minerals are there. So from soil, potassium, sodium, water, and some other minerals are taken up towards the plant, and is there, it the process is held on, and that respiration process held in the plants, like oxygen is taken out and carbon outside is taken inside the plant body. So these minerals are very much important and required by the plants. So see, some vitamins and minerals you can see over there, like so many fruits you can see, milk products are there, है ना? Then in the milk product you can see that milk is there, paneer, butter. So all the things, a balanced diet should be there from where we get all these vitamins and minerals in our proper diet. See, from soil, what will happen? We can get nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, potassium. All these things we can get from the soil itself. Most animals move from place to place, but plants do not. Plants do not move from one place to another place, right? Right? They are rooted inside the soil. We know all these things, right? There are many dead cells in the plant body. Why dead cells are in the plant body? See, why this happens now means plants are at one place only, है ना? They are not moving from here and there. So what will happen, directly the sunlight are bombarding on these cells, and lots of things, like lots of cells got dead over there, so they need less energy. See, animals move from one place to another, right? So that's why they do not have cell wall. Plants have cell wall to protect the inside cell organelles from the harmful sunlight. So these, due to this, the plants do not move, so that they require less energy as compared to the animals. Right? Plants need inorganic substances like nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, manganese, and sodium, and potassium and calcium. These all are inorganic substances that are required by these plants to grow. Plants to grow. So, all these things, all these minerals, what will happen now when the roots are inside the soil, and soil is the richest and nearest source of these substances, right? So from there, this inorganic like nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, manganese, sodium, potassium, calcium is sucked, or sucked by this root, and it is goes towards the up shoot system of the plant, and it is directly goes towards the leaves. And leaf, we know that it is a food factory, right? The food is, it is a kitchen for our plant, right? So all the food made over there, and again that food is supplied to the whole part of this plant till the root. So we know that this is the process going on inside these plants. So soil is the richest and nearest source of this substance. From where we get this substance? From the soil. Which substance? Nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, manganese, sodium, all this, right? Roots of plants absorb this substance from the soil and transport them. As I told them, like roots, what they are doing, their roots absorb these substances, these all inorganic substances, and transport these substances towards each part of the plant. And when it reaches to the leaf, it there, with the help of these minerals, inorganic substances, they make their own food, and again this food is supplying to the whole part of the plant. There are specific types of tissues to perform this function. Some specific tissues are there, like was in our body, in our digestive system, right? We have something that are performing a specific function. Likewise, in the plants also it is there. Likewise, we are having our mouth is there, then our having a esophagus is there, then stomach is there, the small intestine, then it goes to large intestine, then rectum, anus. Likewise, it is there, and then the excretion, the extra portion, it is coming out from the body. So likewise, in the plants also, one specific things are there which in which these functions are performing. Now, the roots of the xylem conducts the water, whereas the phloem conducts the food. The things which are inside the body, inside plant body, are called as xylem and phloem. Are called as xylem and phloem. What happens to xylem? What xylem is doing? Xylem is absorbing the water and transport it towards the each part of the plant. And what phloem is doing? The food that is made in the leaves, what happened? To transport that food to each and every part of the body. Again, all parts of the plants are connected with this conducting tissue. All parts of the plants means these conducting tissues, xylem and phloem, are in each part of the plant. Okay, so understood that soil is the richest and nearest source of these substances, and and we get this nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, manganese, sodium, potassium, and calcium from the soil also. And the roots of the plants absorb these substances from the soil and transport them to other part of the plant. Okay. See, you can see this conducting tissue, xylem vessel and phloem vessel. Inside the plant, you can see this type of structure. In that, you can see that xylem. Let us first we will see about this xylem. How xylem is there? See, you can see green color arrow which is going upward. Means the water is absorbing and transporting towards the all parts of the plant from the soil itself, right? You can see over there. And in the phloem, you can see two-way flow is there. Means water is also and food is also. So what happens to food? Phloem, what is doing phloem? Phloem is taking that food which is made in the leaf and transporting it to each and every part of the plant. This is the picture of xylem and phloem. You can see that water and mineral from the soil is absorbing by the roots and it is sending towards the each part of the plant. We can easily make out that. See the red color and the blue color. Okay, so what will happen? So it is reaches towards each and every leaf, and in that leaf, when the food is produced or made, then again the phloem, what happened to the phloem? Phloem is doing to transporting that food to each and every part of the plant. Likewise, it is doing. And in between, see in the next in the right side picture, you can see that the xylem and phloem picture you can see in that. In xylem, you can see in the plant body, you can see xylem and phloem, and inside that a space is there, and that is called as cambium. That is called as cambium. Now let us discuss or take one experiment. So how we need to experiment it to see something like root pressure. Take a small plant like balsam with its root intact. Wash and clean its roots. Its root, we need to clean the roots, and we need to wash it, right? And keep it in water containing a stain like saffronin or usine. Saffronin or usine like indicators we need, and we need to put that inside the water. We have taken it, and see, you can see it is in red color. You can see it is in red color. After leaving for 2-3 hours, what will happen? We will observe that the xylem vessels appear red from the rest as they are stained by the dye. Why? See, the xylem, what will happen to the xylem? What xylem will do? What xylem will do? What xylem will absorb this stain, that red color stain from the water, and transport it to each and every plant. So where the xylem vessel, we can see that portion is become reddish, and when so it shows that xylem root pressure is the force that drives water and nutrients into the xylem upwards through plants. The root, what will happen to that? The root pressure happens, and it will send this water through the xylem vessel to each and every plant of the body, plant body. So you can see in the picture, balsam plant is there, and it becomes red after putting in that plant into this dye, and it becomes red. The xylem only, you can see downside a circular portion, you can see it is a transversal portion. So we can see that xylem element with is, dye, it is in red color dye. So we can easily make out that xylem can absorb the plant that water through the soil, minerals and water through soil, and transfer it to the whole part of the plant body. Now the next, here what we have taken a transverse section of a stem of a plant and we have observed it, and let us see what we have observed in that staining now, right? Root cells are in contact with water and minerals in the soil, right? Water and minerals enter the cells on the root surface due to differences in concentration. As a result, these cells become turgid. These cells become turgid. These turgid cells exert pressure on the adjacent cells. They are pressuring each other, pressuring their adjacent cells. This is called as root pressure. And due to this, what will happen? Under the effect of this pressure, water and minerals reach the xylem of the roots. Reach the xylem of the roots, and to reduce this difference in concentration, they are continuously pushed forward. As a result of this continuous movement, a water column is formed and which is continuously pushed ahead. By this, water is pushing ahead. This pressure is sufficient to lift the water up in the shrubs, small plants, and small trees. So this, from likewise, we can see that what will happen. See, you can see the root here is there through which water goes inside. Then what will happen? The due to the concentration, water concentration, what will happen? The cells become turgid, and after that they are exert pressure on their adjacent cells, and by this the water is pushing ahead. And after that, when it the water reaches to the xylem, root xylem. So now from there it goes upward and it reaches to the leaves. It reaches towards the leaves. So again, we'll see that root cells come in contact with the water and minerals in the soil. Water and minerals enter the cells on the root surface due to the difference in sun concentration. As a result, these cells become turgid. These turgid cells exert pressure on the adjacent cells. This is called as root pressure. Under the effect of this pressure, water and minerals reach the xylem of the roots, and to reduce this difference in concentration, they are continuously pushed forward. As a result of this continuous movement, a water column is formed, which is continuously pushed ahead. This pressure is sufficient to lift the water up in the shrubs, small plants, and small trees. Now, one more activity we have performed in our earliest classes. Let us see what it is there. See, take a medium-sized well water plant. A water plant, everyone is having it at home. So we need to take it and cover the plant with a transparent polythene bag. When we cover the half of the plant with a transparent polythene bag completely and tie its mouth around the base of the stem. Around the base of the stem, we need to tie it tightly. So no specific, no small space should be there. So take a similar empty polythene bag and tie its mouth, and keep the plant as well as the empty polythene bag in the sunlight for 1-2 hours. For 1-2 hours, when we keep this plant under the sunlight, what will happen? We can see, we know that well planted, when water plant is there, so water is inside the soil, which is inside the pot, and that water goes up through the root pressures towards the this xylem, and this xylem transfer this towards the where this xylem transfer this water towards each part of the plant. And where now what will happen? Due to this sun heat of the sunlight, what will happen? The water get heated and it is started evaporating. And after evaporating, if polythene, see, if polythene bag is tied over there, so that evaporating, that water droplets cannot go beyond that polythene, and they are like surrounds that polythene bag also. And we can see that small like things over there. So that are the water droplets that are not going beyond the polythene bag. So we can conclude by this that plants give out water in the form of water through the stomata on their leaves. Now let us see about the stomata. What are stomatas? See, these are the stomatas, which are the tiny things which are present on the leaf, and through which, see, we can see the two pictures you can see. Plants give out water in the form of vapor through the stomata on their leaves. Okay, from these stomata, the water goes out from this in the form of vapor from the leaves. Two cells called guard cells are present around the stomata. We can see that two cells which are known as guard cells are around these stomata. These cells control the opening and closing of stomata. These cells controls the opening and closing of this stomata. Transpiration occurs through this stomata. Transpiration means what? The water droplets convert in the form of vapor through the plant body. Water is released into the atmosphere by leaves through the process of evaporation. As a result, water level in the epidermal layer of the leaf decreases. Water is brought up to the leaves through the xylem so as to compensate to the loss of water. Transpiration helps in absorption of water and minerals and distribution to all parts of the plants, whereas root pressure performs the important role of pushing the water up during the night time. See, this is transpiration. In this picture, we can see that from the root take up water from the soil, right? And it is goes up with the help of xylem. Water is drawn up to the stem, to the leaves, each and every stem and leaves. And to the leaves, what will happen? Water evaporates from the leaves. And what we have done, we have tied the polythene around the leaves so that these water droplets are rushing over there only. It is not going beyond that. So this is the process called as transpiration. And this transpiration which are held in this plant helps